Oh boy, this is going to be the most difficult video that I've ever made, at least research-wise. Now, I'm a big Potterhead, and I'm actually a Ravenclaw, even though I took the test twice and got two different results, Ravenclaw and Slytherin, but I do consider myself more Slytherin than I do Ravenclaw, just because I cannot admit the fact that I am smart/witty/ any of the traits that Ravenclaw is. Besides, I am a big learner. But my point is, I'm a big Potterhead, and I'm the biggest fan of Piggy. What did I just say? Well, anyways, I'm the biggest fan of Piggy, and I've been playing Piggy since I was probably about 10 years old. I feel old. Well, anyways, back to the point of the video. As I was saying, I've been playing Piggy for a long time. So, let's combine both of my favorite fandoms, and let's just see which houses that my OCs, Estella, because, special day for her today, so we're going to include her in this, and of course, the majority of the T.S.P members, most of the PST members, so this is PST members and what Hogwarts houses they would be in. So we all know that the T.S.P would not be the T.S.P without their leader, Willow. Now, I actually used Gemini for the help of this, mostly just because I couldn't figure it out on my own, so I needed some help. But anyways, I did use some Google to help me with this, and Google does suggest Slytherin, and personally, I agree. It fits perfectly for Willow. Not just because she's a villain, because I'm going to tell you right now, as a Slytherin, not every Slytherin is evil. Right now, I'm going to tell you right now, many people have told me, are you sure you're a Slytherin? Because you act more like a Hufflepuff. I think that just says how evil I am already. I'm a menace. Anyways, well, I think it fits perfectly with Willow's personality, mostly because she's very cunning. She is definitely very resourceful. 100%, there is no doubt, very resourceful and very ambitious. And this is very much shown with the fact how desperate she was to get William back, and how ambitious she was when helping us. So, I think this fits perfectly for Willow. Now let's get on to one of my favorite male characters out of all the TSP, Tigreed. Now, personally, I was also kind of thinking Slytherin as well, but dang. I guess old. Gemini disagreed with me and actually chose Gryffindor. Now, honestly, I had to think for a moment, but then I was like, I see it. He is very courageous, he's very brave, and, joining the army for your country is not the lightest thing in the bag, now is it? It's not. And as an ROTC member, I'll tell you right now, from a lot of the cadets that I work with, yeah, it's not that easy. It really is not that easy to join the army, and I promise you right now, it is not a piece of cake. So, I think for that, I very much agree with the fact that Tigreed does belong in Gryffindor. I think it fits his personality perfectly. Now, here's a character that I forget a lot about. Rash. And I probably shouldn't, but I still do forget about him from time to time. So, this one for me was a bit more difficult, so of course I still use Gemini. And for some reason, Slytherin for Rash. Okay. Anyways, so I was thinking, okay. I'm not going to argue at this point because I didn't really get it, but okay. If we are agreeing for Slytherin, then okay. We're just going to go with it. We're going to roll with it. Now, let's go for Kitty. Kitty is one of my favorite female characters of the Silverpaw, TSP, and I personally 100% agreed with this one. Hufflepuff. Definitely very loyal. Definitely. And I personally thought, you know what? Yeah, we're going to stick with this one. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, I'm sure everybody had an issue with this character as to figuring out what species she was. I personally thought she was a skunk, but once it was revealed she was a cat, I was like, oh, that makes sense because her name doesn't start with an S. But anyways, she was also sorted into Hufflepuff for hard work. And personally, I don't know much about Katie, so I wasn't going to argue. So, okay. That's fine. Now we've got Pandy. Now, this one I also agree with. Hufflepuff, again. We got a lot of Hufflepuffs here, but we will get another house in a second. No worries. Pandy is very loyal to the T.S.P, no doubt. So I was thinking, yeah, this is pretty good. This isn't really debatable, but it's perfect. So Hufflepuff it is. Oh boy, I've got a big history with Baron. Don't ask what I mean by that, but I've got a big history with him. Anyways, Gemini said Gryffindor, and I was thinking, yeah, no kidding. Definitely. This dude will defend anything at this point. He is literally a black bear. Black bears defend anything. So, he's perfect for this. He's a perfect Gryffindor. Now, for some reason, Philip got Ravenclaw, and I thought for a second, that's kind of stupid, because he is pretty stupid for not realizing that the car was a distraction, because personally, I don't think I would have chased it. But hey, who's saying... Who's judging, I guess. But hey, Ravenclaw is Ravenclaw. That's okay. Now, I'm not going to feel embarrassed over this, but I did actually have a small little fictional crush on this guy. And I still kind of do. Listen to me. He's kind of charming. Ignoring that. So, he was also sorted into Ravenclaw, and I thought, you know what? That works. He's an actor. He's got creativity. I can't see where else he'd be in. So, perfect. You know what? Pat on the head for him. That is great. That is the best house he can be in. So, definitely we're keeping him there. Estella, you were really making me work my brain with this one because Raina was very difficult. But ultimately, I chose Hufflepuff. She is no doubt extremely loyal to the people she loves. No doubt. Extremely loyal. And I thought Hufflepuff was a perfect decision for her. If you have a different idea and or there are personality traits that I am missing, go ahead and say so in the comment section, Stella, because I don't know your character very well. Even though I watched a majority of your videos, I still couldn't really get a good idea of Raina, so I thought, you know what? I mean, loyalty was the one thing that stuck out, so definitely 100% Hufflepuff. Now, out of my OCs, Janelle was the hardest. Janelle is my Roblox avatar. So, she is based off my Roblox avatar. Now, at first, I had quite a trouble with this. I was thinking, oh boy, but what house would she be in? Ravenclaw was my ultimate decision because she's very witty, very wise. A person you would ask for lifely advice, even though she is about 19 years old. So, yeah, I thought Ravenclaw was perfect. She's wise. She's very witty. She loves to learn, and she's very good at being a detective. So, I ultimately thought Ravenclaw was perfect. So, Ravenclaw for Janelle. I can't tell you how many times Cassie has gone through, for redesigns, because redesigning, way too many. Cassie used to be my main OC. She used to be an OC called Eartha, but that is now a separate OC, and that was my oldest OC, and she is now just a separate OC. So this is pretty much my main Piggy OC, and I personally love her. I think she's great. I'm very happy with the memories that I made with her. So I had not much of a challenge for her because I thought Hufflepuff was perfect. Loyal to her family, loyal to Felix, her boyfriend, during the events of Piggy. Very, very loyal, dedicated, hardworking. Will not give up easily. In the factory, I am making a little show with these guys, and in Factory, chapter 6 of Piggy, I think, she was very determined to fight Willow off and get every single T.S.P member out of the factory safe and sound. No matter how much harm she went through, she made sure to people in front of her first. So this is what makes her a very great Hufflepuff. Okay, so Melody was a bit more difficult. I was not very sure on where to put her. I did not use Gemini for any of my OCs, by the way. Melody is a very upbeat girl. She's super upbeat, super positive, you know. You need, some positivity. Who's gonna have it? Probably Melody. Never pessimistic, usually optimistic. And I think that was great for an OC. And she is also kind of the ex of Baron. They didn't end up breaking up. They just separated and stopped talking. As in, when I mean separated, I mean they lost each other and they just stopped talking to each other because they didn't know where the other went. So they were technically apart, but still together. For her, I would have to go with Slytherin. Now, I think this one is a bit of a reflection of me. I'm very upbeat. I'm very positive. If you need somebody to hype you up, I'm usually very much the cheerleader of my friend group. I always cheer people on. I have the spirit of a cheerleader. So for her, I thought Slytherin. She's very ambitious. She has big dreams. And she never let those dreams go. And she's also very resourceful, usually using things around her to figure a problem out. So I think Slytherin was very perfect for her. Now for Lily, I'm still debating which fandom she is in. She pretty much is in 3, if we're counting Piggy. But 2 mains were Poppy Playtime and Ninja Turtles. So this one, I guess I just included because she does know Estella. Estella actually is supposed to know every single one of my OCs. Not actually, just in lore-wise. For my lore, Reina is supposed to know everybody, mostly because, one, she is the Queen of the Moon. So while she is the Queen of the Moon and pretty much a co-director of the entire multi-crew, which is pretty much all the fandoms that I'm in, so it's pretty much an entire organization almost, so it's hard for me to explain in this video. I probably will explain in a different video, but being Queen of Darkness and the Moon, I thought it fitted Reina perfectly. She does have to know a majority of OCs, majority of characters. Reina does have to know everybody, and has to work with Hannah with certain issues. Now, for Lily here, I thought definitely Ravenclaw. She matches her boyfriend very equally, Donnie. So she matches Donnie very well. She's very witty, she's very wise, very quiet. Doesn't really talk a lot, but is very interested in learning. She was self-taught. She taught herself a lot of things. She taught herself lots of things, but not fighting styles, which is where she gets it from Donnie. So Ravenclaw was perfect because she taught herself almost all the knowledge, book knowledge she knows, and I think it's great. Now, I'm going to be honest here. This is the most productive I've been on my channel. I am usually not productive on my main, neither on this account, but in a while, this is probably the most amount of videos that I have posted. I will try to post more on my main because that one's pretty dead right now and I should be posting more. I will try and link my main in the description or just as a separate like link somewhere else on my channel, but definitely I will try and put my main channel somewhere else. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video because this video took quite a while. But thank you for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe if you want me to put another fandom into their Hogwarts houses. But it was very fun putting these Piggy characters into Hogwarts houses. So this was a very great video, 100%.